Hi guys, Ruth Delgado's Glamour page here. This is my second take. I got interrupted. But anywho, I came to the camera tonight to do a couple of things, but this first video that I'm doing right now, I decided to do because I feel like I got some enlightenment and I feel like it's necessary for me to share it with you guys. So I've come to recognize that people like me who that who who are raised religiously and or are just religious people, um, they have been raised in a certain type of way or taught in a certain type of way that is not completely the right way. Here's where I'm coming from. A lot of Christians are taught to treat others the way that they want to be treated, right? And we're taught to make sure that we don't do bad to others so that bad is not done to us. You're taught that, okay, if you're doing bad to other people, then you can't be surprised when bad is done to you. But if you're doing good to other people, then you can expect good to happen to you. This is what you're taught. So a lot of people assume that because they're taught this, that this is all the way the facts, and there's no confusion, which is so far from the truth. Because even though you were taught that, that's not all the way the case. Because you can be very good, you can be very positive, you can be very loving, you can be very caring, you can be very respectful, and still get disrespected, and still, come across people being rude and nasty and mean to you, and still come across people taking advantage of you and doing you dirty. So, with that being the case, I have come to recognize that I've understood that people, a lot of times, especially I used to do the same thing, people a lot of times ask God why. And a lot of times religious people kind of beat you down for that. Like, oh, how dare you ask God why? But here's the thing. One of the major reasons why we ask God why is because we've been taught, oh, if you put this good out and that good out, you're going to get good back. So if you're feeling like you've put a lot of good out and you're not getting that balance of good back like you were taught that you would, then of course you're going to ask God why. Because you're going to wonder, where is this negative energy coming from? Because I know I didn't put this negative energy out there. I know that I've been doing everything that I can to make sure I don't put negative energy out. I've been doing everything that I can to curb the amount of energy that I put out to make sure that it's not negative. So with me knowing that and still going through negative issues and still going through negative problems, this is why I would ask the question. And I never felt like it was a good thing that people tell you not to ask questions. Because I feel like if you don't ask any questions, how are you going to find answers? How are you going to find out how things go, how things work, how you should move, how you should groove? If you can't ask any questions, then you can't have clarity. Because that's what asking questions give you, clarity. It helps you to understand that which you may not have understood before you ask those such questions. So I've learned to understand that it's nothing wrong with asking questions, especially to God. But understand that you were just taught incorrectly, partially. Because you weren't taught completely incorrectly, because it is a nice amount of things that you do that do come back to you. But there is the circumstance of things possibly not coming back to you, but things that are happening because they are supposed to prepare you. In other words, I just went through this situation where I think I did make a video on this, where I just got scammed again. But thank God I caught it before I was able to give this person any money. And I ended up deciding not to give the person any money, which is part of the reason why now I don't have any access to my Facebook account or my Instagram account right now at the moment, because the person that was trying to scam me and scheme me to get money out of me blocked me from my pages, in turn trying to get money off of me. So I guess because she found out she couldn't get any money off of me at all, now I guess she just thinks she's going to just take control over my page forever. So because of this particular situation, I wasn't necessarily asking God why me before, but yeah, I started to ask God, like, why me? Why is this happening to me? Because it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like, this is not even the type of stuff that happens to normal people. I'm a normal person right now. So I'm like the girl next door right now. Like, I'm not rich. I'm not famous. Like, I'm not a celebrity. None of the above. So I know celebrities and rich and famous people to go through things that, like, such of what I'm going through right now with my page being taken. But I don't know if anybody that's a normal person that goes through this. So it definitely did make me start to question God and ask God, why? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Like, I don't take nothing from nobody. I'm not a thief. I would never use someone else's page that has already been established by someone else without their permission. I would never do anything like that. That's so far from my identity of who I am as a person. So yes, I found myself, after years I haven't asked God why, you know, certain things have been going on, because I have been taught not to ask stuff like that. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to ask anyway, because you can't get clarity without asking questions. Now, if I recognize that I can't ask certain people questions, I'm just probably never going to speak to that person again, period. I literally just had somebody send me a text message tonight that let me know, oh yeah, you won't hear from me ever again. I had somebody send me a message after I tried to reach out to everybody that I knew that was on social media to ask them to report my pages, so that whoever that person is that took over my pages hopefully can get booted off of the social media site. And one person, a fool, decides to respond to me sending them the same message I sent everybody else, and everybody else was a good trooper. They was like, okay, no problem. Or they asked why, which I don't have any problem with, because if they would have asked why, I would have told them. But this person wanted to be a jerk, wanted to be difficult for no reason, and send me a message pertaining to something like, oh, don't send me any stupidity like this again, or some craziness. And I'm like, yeah? Okay, how about you'll never hear from me again? Deuces. Because here's the thing. Thank God I don't need nobody but God and myself. That's the beautiful thing about life that I have come to learn and understand. Even though people have tried to prevent me from learning and understand that, because they thought that, oh, I need you to think that you need others. Nope, I don't. All I need is God and myself. And I am amazingly great without anybody else. And thank God for that. Because if that wasn't the case, then I might have needed that person that wanted to be a jerk towards me for no reason. Because if you didn't understand the message, all you had to do was say, "Oh, what's this about?" Like other people did, and like I told them, I would have told you, period. But I said all that to say this. Guys, if you are overall a good person, you don't set out to hurt nobody, you don't disrespect people, you don't hate on people, you are not a devious person, you are not a disrespectful person, you're not mean, you're not nasty, and you keep having issues and complications with people being mean and nasty with you, being disrespectful to you, taking advantage of you, doing you dirty. Just know and understand that it's not your karma that's coming back to you, just like you feel like it's not your karma. It's not your karma. The whole reason why things like that is still happening and or occurring in your life is because God is trying to prepare you for a time that you have never experienced before. Um, I've come to understand that God is trying to prepare me for what I asked for. So I asked to be a person that is rich, that is wealthy, that is famous, that is in great health, that is very popular, that is very much so looked up to, and very well respected. So I'm taking this experience of this person taking control of my 2 pages as an experience that God is showing me that people go through when they're in celebrity status, when they're famous, when they're rich, when they have these elite spaces in life that they reach. They don't end up not having any complications. They still have issues, they still have complications, but it's a different level. And that's what I'm experiencing right now. I'm literally experiencing a whole different level of issues and complications and problems. And honestly, this is what informs me that I am seriously leveling up. Because even my struggles are leveling up. And I'm like, you know what? I may not have seen all of my blessings yet, but I'm starting to believe that this experience of this person taking control over my pages is like a best blessing in disguise, because it's God showing me that celebrities have problems too. This is one of them. How can you handle this? Because if you can handle this kind of problem that celebrities have, then maybe I can see what's the next step that you can handle. Because, I mean, my whole twist is I'm not really trying to be a celebrity necessarily, but I'm not afraid to become one. Um, my mission really is to just become a better human being, a better person, and to improve overall in my life from becoming that better person. That's what I really want. But I do understand, because of certain things that I'm doing and certain ways that I'm putting myself out there, that I might get celebrity status. So this is possibly why God is putting me through certain issues that people that are in celebrity status go through on a regular basis. How do I know this? I actually had a situation one time where is this model guy, very handsome guy on social media. He's on TikTok, he's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's on everything. And I followed him for years. I think I just blocked him though, but I followed him for years because he's a nice looking guy. It's always like fun to follow some eye candy. So he was just like some eye candy. Very nice looking guy. And I had a crush on him for some time, but I never actually did anything about it because I know he's celebrity. He actually not really a celebrity, but he's just like a model and in the spotlight. So he's kind of like a celebrity, but not really. So I recognize that this guy had a lot of pages. Like I said, he's all over social media. And I had connected to him in a lot of his different pages, Facebook, Instagram, all that. And I had got messaged from a page that was pretending to be him, but I didn't know that it was pretending to be him. I thought that it was him. So I was thinking that I was speaking to him. So to be honest, I'm not going to lie. I was a little starstruck, I guess you can say, because I know this guy is like popular. He's kind of like internet famous. So, at first I was thinking to myself, what the heck? What do you want to talk to me for? But then, I was thinking to myself, well, he probably want to talk to me because I'm popping. Duh. So, long story short, it wasn't the guy. And I ended up reaching out to the actual guy on his other platforms that I had already been connected to let him know and inform him that he has somebody out here impersonating him. And I know it's not him now, but I didn't know it wasn't him before. And that guy didn't even have the common courtesy and respect to say, oh, thank you, I appreciate that, but I'm used to that. That's what people do. You would think that he would have the common courtesy and respect to at least do that. But he didn't. He was ignorant. And that's why he blocked now. I'm not sure if I blocked him on every social media platform, but I definitely blocked him on a couple. Because I felt like this. I know you supposed to be popular, famous, whatever, whatever, whatever. But that doesn't mean that you get to be able to be rude and disrespectful and not even respond back to me when I'm telling you that somebody is impersonating you. The least you can do is at least respectfully say, well, thank you for letting me know. Even if you already knew that, just say thank you for letting me know, even though I already knew that. What would that hurt? But he wanted to be ignorant, so that's why he lost the. Actually, I never was really a fan. I was just like a person that just admired his looks. I'ma just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really didn't care about him as a person because I didn't know him. But I just admired his looks, and I also admired that he had capabilities, like he could draw and do certain things like that. And so when I see somebody else that seems to be multi-talented, I try to show them love and respect and support. But when I notice that that person clearly does not appreciate that support and that respect, I don't have to give it to you, like, period. So that's why I said all of that, guys, because I know that, from experiences like that, normal people don't usually experience stuff like that, and it just lets me know as a human being, as a person, that this is just God's way of showing me, like, you think stars don't have problems, you think celebrities don't have issues, you think rich people don't have, complications. Yes, they do. But they learn how to get around and through and over those complications and those issues and those problems. They don't let those problems take over them. They don't allow those problems to consume them. They don't allow those problems to tear them down. They don't allow those problems to stop them from progress. They learn from their mistakes. They make sure that they never make those mistakes again, or if they do make those mistakes again, they figure out how never to make those mistakes again. And they turn their situations around to benefit them as opposed to not. And that's what I'm learning how to do, having these very uncomfortable situations that I am being made to get used to. I am learning how to handle circumstances and issues and situations that are not normal to me. But just like that guy, that Elo Sayo, that was his name. Elo Sayo, just like he just didn't care. It didn't matter to him that somebody was trying to impersonate him. I have to get in that mode as well. Even though I don't even follow him anymore, and I never will again because you're ignorant, clearly. But, and you're not even respectful of somebody that is trying to give you a warning, even if they didn't have to give you that warning. Still, you know, you could have showed some respect and appreciation, because even though you probably went through that a million times, she don't know you went through that a million times. So she's thinking that she's doing you a favor by letting you know that somebody is out here impersonating you, and you're not even appreciating that she's even telling you. But that also let me know that, Ruth, when you get where you really want to go in your life, be sure not to get so high up in life, so big headed in life, that you forget that people are still people. That it's not cool to be mean to people that are trying to be nice to you. And I was trying to be nice to him by telling him that. I didn't know whether he was already going through that before or not. So I'm learning myself that, okay, when you get famous, when you get rich, when you get wealthy, do the best that you can to not be rude to others. Now, I do understand that it is possible. It very well is possible that this guy probably gets like 3,000 messages a day. Let's just say he gets like 3,000 messages a day. And he just does not have time to respond to everybody. He read the message, y'all. So that's what lets me know, even if you do get 3,000 messages a day, you read the message. So you definitely could have showed that you appreciated that somebody took the time out of their busy schedule to inform you that somebody is scamming your name and your identity. Whereas if you wanted to do something about it, you actually could do something about it, that somebody told you about it. Like I said, I didn't know whether he had been through that before, or not. But that just like let me know, you make sure you have kindness towards others as best as you can. So when you read a message, even if you have 1,000 messages and you read a message like that, you ensure that you don't take advantage of the fact that this person did not have to tell you that, hey, is somebody impersonating you and acting like they're you. If somebody comes to you and tell you that, then you can be respectful of them and you can be appreciative and say, you know what, thank you. I appreciate you for telling me that, because, I might have not even known, So I just felt like it was necessary to bring this to you guys' attention, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only person in the world that's going through this. And so because I know I'm not the only person in the world that's going through this, whoever else may be going through this, just know, just like myself, God is probably this is a training day for you. Okay? If you guys have ever seen the movie from Denzel Washington called Training Day, then you guys should have an idea of what I'm talking about when I say this is training day. Okay? So look at this experience. If you're going through any experience like this or similar, look at these experiences as preparation for what you ask God for. Because even though I didn't specifically ask God to be a celebrity, because I don't really care about celebrity status, I did ask God to be rich, to be wealthy, to be in great health, to upgrade my life overall and make my life better and make my circumstances better, make my situations better, make me a happy person, make me a person that is able to know what true, real, genuine happiness is, and make me a person that is loving, that is kind, that is respectful, and that is able to help people and is able to do for people, but that is wise enough to know who to do for, that's not going to take advantage and disrespect and disregard my help. So guys, if you don't take anything else from this video, take from this video that sometimes it may not be your bad karma that's coming back to you like you've been taught, but it may just be God introducing you to a new lifestyle and just prepping you and preparing you and training you to make sure that when you have that lifestyle, you're capable of maintaining it. You're capable of moving throughout and not crashing and burning because you're not used to it. And I had to learn this myself, and I'm still learning it because this lady is still on my platform saying and doing God knows what. And I just pray that she's not doing anything too crazy under my name. But I understand that this is God teaching me how to stay calm in circumstances where people are trying to pretend that they're me. People are only going to try to pretend that they're you if you're an amazing person. Okay? Nobody, that's why it's not normal for people to go through stuff like this, because nobody does stuff like this to a person that's a nobody. And I feel like this is God's way of telling me, listen, honey, you are somebody. That's why somebody wants to hack your page, because you're somebody now. Like, you're becoming somebody. Okay? When you're becoming somebody, you're going to get attacked. Why? Because the devil don't like that. The devil don't like that you're becoming a better person. The devil don't like that you're stepping your game up. The devil don't like that you're becoming a better human being. The devil don't like that he's about to have less and less access to you. The devil don't like that. But that's a good thing. Keep the devil mad. Because when you got the devil mad, guess who you got on your side and you got happy for you? God. And that's why I say I'm in good company. Because even though the devil is trying to beat me down emotionally and spiritually and mentally, but thank God I got hands. Thank God I got hands. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Thank God I got hands. Okay? Thank God I got hands too. So I'm not fighting by myself. So my truth tribe that's watching me, if you're going through anything similar to this, if you're having these issues, if you're having these complications and these problems, keep up the good work. Continue to keep letting God work in you and through you. Stay on your mission. Make sure that you always mean well and do well by people. Don't turn into the enemy and the devil that is being sicked on you. Learn how to prepare yourself and recreate yourself and reinvent yourself, but God-like this time. You know what I'm saying? God-like this time. Before you were world-like. I'm transitioning right now from world-like to God-like. And I feel like that's what God is letting me know through these experiences. You're transitioning, my lady. So that's why, yes, you are going to go through some things that you are not used to and that you are not familiar with. But you have to become familiar with it in order for me to give you the next step. In order for me to allow you to have the next blessing, I have to know that you're capable of maintaining it. So thank you, ancestors, for testing me and preparing me. And thank you for giving me the strength and the ability to be able to pass every test and to be able to be properly prepared for life and for what I asked for. And guys, if you feel like you're having similar situations to me, you can thank God too, because that's what God is putting you through. If you know that you don't put out bad karma and you're not trying to set out to hurt nobody, and you don't do and or say certain things that can show that you are trying to hurt people, then you know that this is just God teaching you, training you, and preparing you for the next step in your life that you prayed for. Be appreciative and be thankful that it's coming. Thank you, ancestors, that my blessings are on their way. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And what? Make sure you become a part of the Truth Tribe. Because why? Because when you vibing with Ruth, you vibing with the truth. And that's just that on that. Peace out, guys.